metric system and the standard system and switch to a White Castle-based system. I really think that we could just unite the world in more of a slider-based... What? Oh, good morning.
I'm not nervous at all.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome to Ticket Price, episode 3 of Sara and Sly.
What?
What are you doing?
What's going on your laptop right now?
That was a trailer for something on IMDb. I'm not sure what that was.
Just turn your... You don't have your volume off on your phone. You don't have the volume off on your laptop.
Let me just turn this off right here.
He needs to lower the volume roughly 5 to 6 White Castle sliders.
Oh. I've never actually had a White Castle slider.
You just have to know how big they are,
Oh.
because that's our new unit of measure.
Oh, I see.
I'm really trying to get this on a much larger scale.
Okay.
There.
You good, Hoss?
I'm good. We're good.
All right.
What are we doing?
So, welcome to Ticket Price. With you as always, I am co-host Jake, the voice of the show. With me as always, co-host extraordinaire and the only man who experiences milliseconds of genius, Tevis at Master Control. Tevis, how are you, sir?
Sorry, there was one right there. It was amazing. Oh, milliseconds of genius.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. That's not what I thought you were talking about.
What is happening? Do we just need a restart?
No.
Mulligan. Well, and if I look to my left, with us on occasion, the titular Sara.
Hi.
Sara, did you ever think in your life you'd ever be described as the titular?
I can't say that I ever even thought about that as a word to
Noted
describe me.
woman.
Noted woman sounds a little bit better than titular.
Well, it's what her shirt says.
Does it?
That was funny as shit.
I can't remember what your new shirt was going to say. Oh, it was going to say, "Damn it, Sara." That's right.
Also, Tevis needs to stop blaming me for putting bad movies in the hat. I never even see the hat.
What's
Is
wrong
the
over
thing.
there?
What?
See, you just
Oh.
looked at it. I don't know what you're
Oh.
talking about.
Don't put movies in it.
I
just-
don't put
You
movies.
are not allowed
It's
to put...
not me.
You are not
It's-
allowed to put any more movies in the hat. He would not lie to me. He's a teddy bear.
True story.
I don't trust that.
I don't trust you. Hands where I could see him, woman.
I don't know.
Noted.
She did ask us if we were going to do Twilight.
Oh my God. Did you put Twilight in the hat?
I will
I
neither
will-
deny or confirm
I
that
seen her
Twilight.
when she said, she goes, "Are you guys going to do Twilight?" And we're like, "Well, I don't know." And then her hand went like, a little gesture over the top of the
I
hat.
just
like she
sparkled
was
like Edward's skin.
Edward Skin.
Noted English punk rock musician Edward Skin. God, is Edward Skin calling you? What a train wreck of an opening. Go on, read your message. Hashtag it.
Have a new like on TikTok.
Isn't that a young person's app?
Hey, I'm young. I'm young at heart.
Not according to your doctor.
I have a new subscriber on my OnlyFans.
It's me.
It's about time.
I didn't
That's all
want you.
it's-
I didn't want you to be discouraged.
Thanks. I should have said I have one subscriber on OnlyFans.
I didn't want him to feel discouraged.
I'm not judging.
I support my friends.
It's Bear.
Is that what your OnlyFans name is?
The bear.
Aurora XD.
I don't know what that means. I'm glad everyone thinks that's funny. I don't know what that means.
It's a young man thing. You wouldn't understand
Okay.
it.
You know what? That's probably for the best. I hate young people things. I hate young people. I hate old people. I hate people roughly my age. If I could just be left alone in my house the rest of my life and never see another soul.
Sara, how old are you?
That is a rude question to ask a woman. Says the noted divorcee. How much do you weigh?
Well, I just turned 26 this summer.
I'm 47, so he
Uh-huh.
hates you
Oh,
and he hates me.
yeah.
That's where I was going with this.
Okay. And
You went a
Jim-
long way to talk about something everyone already knows.
Yeah.
I say it frequently. Can I get back to this, please?
I hope so, because my God, off the fucking rails.
Jesus.
That was shit. That was shit.
I think that went pretty damn well.
It was a train wreck.
All right. Episode 3 of Sara and Slime.
You've already done that.
He will fucking choke you out. For today's episode, we will be looking at the Sylvester Stallone classic, Tango and Cash. Released in 1989, written by Randy Feldman, directed by Andrei Konchalovsky
nailed it.
and Albert Magnoli.
Magnolia?
Magnoli.
Magnoli. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's an I, not a colon. I see enough colons. You think I could identify one? Nothing. Barely a Twitter.
I tried. I kept.
Barely-
I tried.
Twitter.
I
Titter.
tried. A titter.
Barely an X.
Barely a titular.
Nailed it. That's how you do a callback right there. That's why you're on this show, you handsome son of a bitch. Starring Sylvester Stallone and our man, Kurt Russell. What now?
So okay, it's kind of is what we were talking about the callbacks and saying things that don't really matter or saying the wrong word type of deal. Had a gentleman I work with. He was talking about reading comprehension.
Okay.
And he says he's talking about another gentleman that we work with. And he's like, yeah, I don't think he reads very well. I think he reads okay, but I don't think he has very much reading composition, is what he said. And I just looked at him. I'm like, what? And then he just looks at me and goes, yeah, I don't think he has it. And I had to walk away.
You know, he left it when apparently Tevis doesn't have much reading composition.
Probably.
Man, speaking of which,
His reading compassion is terrible.
Oh my god!
Sorry, it just hit me. What
we
are we
go.
doing?
I don't know how to segue into.
If you're like me, you might need help. Call
But his
the
reading
suicide prevention hotline.
Compensation was terrible. Back to Tango and Cash.
Oh.
Cash.
Compensation.
Compensate, yeah.
There we go. Nailed it.
Speaking of money, with a budget of an estimated $55 million oof, and a worldwide gross of $63.4 million, it made $8 million.
It made money.
It made money.
They could pay 2 people.
Not if those 2 people include Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. In 89, these guys commanded a higher price than that, I feel like.
Never mind.
What? What?
You got another reading compression story?
No, those are my shorts.
They just so happen to say juicy.
On the front and the back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, but on the front, the print is really tiny.
Okay, so this show, it doesn't matter whether we like it or not, correct? It's all about
Correct.
Sarah.
Correct.
So I'm going to make a statement. I don't know how this movie made $8 million.
Well,
That's what I was going to say, but I was like,
segue. Because obviously you're a fool. Because this movie has 3 award nominations. And they're major awards. So I wrote them down. And the Razzie for Worst Actor nomination, Sylvester Stallone. Razzie, Worst Supporting Actor nomination, Kurt Russell. Razzie, Worst Screenplay nomination, Randy Feldman.
Okay. Yeah. That works out. Yeah.
Ratings. Ooh. IMDb 6.4. This movie got a 6 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes 31.
I for sure thought this would be lower on Rotten Tomato.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I think it's about right.
That feels about right.
That feels about right.
That feels about right.
Feel about right.
The 31.
Yeah.
So you're saying 6.1 is way too high.
It's a little high, but I wouldn't say it's way too high.
No, if you think 30 something is right, the equivalent 60 something is way too high. If it's double, that's way too high.
Hmm.
I was trying to find
little too high.
something.
Feels good to me.
Now, the movie that I can just find with the closest comparable IMDb rating of 6.4 is Waterworld at 6.3.
Hey, it beat Waterworld.
That's not a high bar, and it barely beat Waterworld.
I think I enjoy Waterworld more.
Shut up.
Shut up.
More than this
I
movie.
agree. I haven't even seen Waterworld, but no.
She listened to the episode. And
I
went,
did. I
"Ugh."
listened to the episode and I was like, I would not watch this trash garbage if you paid me.
Although Hook got 6.8. So
Well, that makes
obviously-
sense.
I would watch
That
Tango and
makes
Cash
sense.
before I would Hook.
You'd watch Waterworld again before you'd watch. Why do you love Waterworld? I don't understand.
I don't know.
There's nothing about it.
I don't know.
Are we talking about Waterworld or are we talking about Tango and Cash?
Both. And Hook a little bit.
I would like to go back to Tango and Cash.
I would like you to mind your business. The people want to know. Do you recall how high Tevis ranked Waterworld on his 10 best for 41 through 50?
I haven't.
I don't even
I
remember.
don't.
Higher than it should have been. It was like 6.
It was higher than The Patriot.
Don't. We're never going to get through this episode if you start this.
Jacob forced me to watch The Patriot.
It does sound like something I would do,
You
but
did.
I
You
have
don't
no...
remember. You invited Terrence and I over for dinner,
Yeah.
and then we watched The Patriot, and then afterward, you were like, "So what did you think?" And I was just like, "Uh-huh, yeah."
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that
You don't
at all.
remember that at
No.
all? You don't. You literally. It's like the whole point. You were like, because I had told you I had never heard of,
Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson.
What?
What?
I don't remember that.
I was joking. I was 100% joking. You've never heard of Mel Gibson?
I mean, I've seen him in stuff.
These fucking babies, man.
I've seen him in stuff.
So Super
But
You
I
Bowl.
know how
didn't-
you said you hate young people?
Yeah, hate him.
I'm going to join that list right now.
Hate him.
Don't know who Mel Gibson is.
Anyway,
And yet you probably know who Robin Williams is.
yeah, I know who Robin Williams is. He was in a lot of Disney movies.
Mel Gibson was the voice of John Smith in Disney's Pocahontas.
He was, wasn't he? Oh my gosh.
That sounded so sincere. Oh, he was. Oh, my gosh.
And
With the
this
little
is-
smack at the end.
And this is why no one likes Sarah or you young folk.
I was invited here.
If you're under the age of 119, just don't talk to me.
Aren't you under the age of 119?
No.
Aren't you?
Not
isn't-
mentally, I don't think.
We've met before, right? Moving on.
Okay, on to Tango.
Tevis,
Cash.
what is your history with the Tango and Cash?
Oh, I don't remember when I watched this for the first time. I knew I liked it when I first watched it. My father hated it
Because it wasn't Saving Private
because
Ryan.
it wasn't Saving Private Ryan or Book of Eli. But
The only 2 movies he ever approved
no,
of.
that's it. He'd take one out, put the other one in. It's just a constant rotation. But no, I love Sly. I love Kurt Russell, and I liked this movie when I first watched it. But I hadn't watched it in since '90, probably.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
been a
wait,
long time.
Wait. Movie came out in 89. You haven't watched it since probably 1990. When did you buy the DVD that you let us borrow and watch?
Probably about 5 months ago.
What?
Yeah, because they had Cobra on it, and I was like, "Yeah, double feature, sweet."
Which you didn't watch.
No, I haven't watched Cobra yet.
Why did you buy it? You buy things all the time.
It's
Don't watch them. Put them on your shelf and then forget they exist.
It's a collector's mind.
It's a disease.
It's a
okay,
collecting.
it's a disease.
I collection. It's hoarding.
Yeah, I found it at the thrift store for like $1.50. I was like, "Yeah, shit, I'll buy this." It's got Cobra.
Double feature.
Yeah,
The idea alone is worth $1.50.
hell yes.
There's a reason Sylvester Stallone has double features for $1.50 at thrift stores.
It's because it's a DVD.
Not like he bought a VHS.
I'm just saying.
You don't even know what a VHS is.
I guess
Not
I do. I
yet.
grew up with a VHS.
No, you didn't. All right. What else, Tevis?
Oh no, nothing. That's
All
it.
right. My history of Tango and Cash is that I had heard the name Tango and Cash in a Tenacious D song once. Sarah, what's your history with Tango and
That's it.
Cash?
That's it.
That's all I got.
Well, it's more than mine, which is big fat goose egg.
Which is kind of the point. Because if this is episode 3, but if it's your first Sarah and Sly episode, Sarah made the mistake of coming on the show. She then made the mistake of defending the movie Rocky. She continued her mistakes by saying that she thought Sylvester Stallone was cute. Then she escalated her mistakes by saying that she thought Sylvester Stallone was a good actor. Then the cherry on top was that Rocky 1 and 2
And 3.
and 3 were the only Sylvester Stallone movies you had ever seen. So Tevis, presumably while asleep on the toilet, had a millisecond of genius, to which he forgot what that was and then came up with this idea. We will invite Sarah on the show and make her watch every Sylvester Stallone movie ever made, including his adult-oriented stuff. Now,
I'm a
the
little
bad
scared.
news
I don't know if I'll
is
be able to find that.
I
at the
was gonna
thrift
say, I'm a
store
little
for
the
scared.
$1.50.
Italian stallion is out there. And that horse is ready to leave the barn. Or should I say he's ready to enter the barn? Oh, yeah. But we're not talking about porn today. We're talking about Tango and Cash.
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready. Who's ready?
I'm ready.
Born ready.
Movie opens with some funky music.
And some sweet, sweet glasses.
Love this soundtrack.
I do. I do love this soundtrack.
It's good. Very 80s.
I love it. I love it so much.
You know, you kept mentioning that while you were over watching Tavis's borrowed copy. So my wife and I looked up the soundtrack for you because we were going to buy it for you as a gift.
Oh, that's so nice.
They don't make it anymore. And the only copy we could find was $175.
Oh my gosh.
serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? And what was it? Was it like on a CD? Or
Yeah, yeah.
8-track?
I don't know. I'm like, I don't know.
Well, see, yeah, it's one of those wax cylinders, right? And you have to put it on the thing. And we went, I do a lot of stupid things for jokes. I'm not spending $175.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Apparently, I could go to a thrift shop and get you Tango and Cash and Cobra for $1.50, and you
Hell
can listen to the
yes.
soundtrack as much as you want as you watch Tango and Cash.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yes. We see Sylvester Stallone in a good-looking suit
Oh yeah.
with stupid glasses.
Oh, the glasses
driving,
are sweet.
No,
Sweet glasses.
I don't see.
It's-
You sound sarcastic,
No,
but I don't
it's-
think you're being
I'm
sarcastic.
being genuine. I really liked the glasses on him.
He looked good.
He looked good in this movie.
Feel like
He looked
you're
really good in this
I
movie.
feel like you went home and you went to your husband and you were like, "There's something I want you to wear tonight." No questions asked.
And he's like, fine, but you have to dress up like Princess Leia from Return of the Jedi.
He's not old enough to have that fetish.
Every man still has that fetish.
I was never a Princess Leia, slave Leia fetish. Carrie Fisher didn't do it for me. I was beating it to the flying nun, thank you.
Wow.
Sally Field, she was roughly about 90 pounds, and when that island's headwind, it would hit her nun hat just right, and she'd soar through the air, and you could get that upskirt shot. You could see her ankles.
You got a thing for ankles?
Well, back in our day, that was the pornography.
Oh, right, right.
That was a hot flying nun joke, and no one. I hate young people. You fantasize Sylvester Stallone while your husband wears nerdy glasses and you Amazon him, isn't it? Isn't it?
What? in the
Liar!
world? I'm aha.
Okay. Aha is right. All right.
I genuinely don't know
The
what to
suit-
say to that.
The suit is nice. The glasses are mixed feelings. Can we all agree that his car is supposed to be a nice car? But that era of cars is just a bad era, and that car is ugly.
I mean, I didn't really notice the car, to be completely honest.
A classic Bond car, it is not.
It was nice in '89, but not. No, it doesn't. It doesn't hold up.
It didn't hold up in 90.
Yeah. As soon as it clicked over from '89 to '90, it's like nope.
December 31st into January 1st, it just went, oh, that car sucks.
I don't even think it made it to January 1st. It was like 11:59 on December 31st.
Look, the ball's dropping 10, 9, 8,
Oh, gosh.
7. Oh my God, look at that car. Oh, why is it just a box? Gross. Oh, I missed the countdown. Damn it. Reset the ball. We're starting over. The year's 10 seconds late.
All right.
But Sylvester Stallone, with helicopter backup,
Mm-hmm.
is chasing down a tanker truck.
Question: why is Syndrome from The Incredibles driving the semi truck?
Are you referring to his face?
Yes.
Remember the prisoner
Oh, yeah.
that you were like, is he wearing a jaw prosthetic?
Yeah.
And I said, no, I'm pretty sure that's just his face.
And you know what his name is in the movie?
No,
Face.
of course it is.
I don't think they ever say that to him, though.
Robert Zadar? It's Z''DAR.
Okay, sure. Yeah, Zadar.
Yeah. He's been in a lot of shit.
Because of his grotesque face.
And it's been like in 124 movies. And I remember watching him in Maniac Cop.
Wait, hold on. What in the world is Maniac Cop?
It's as if Jason Voorhees went through the police academy. Basically it. He's a slasher cop.
What?
And he's unstoppable.
Is he the good guy?
No, not at all. But there's 3 of them.
Oh, my gosh.
Who's it?
Oh, my
Who's the Maniac
gosh.
Cop? Robert Zadar.
Robert Zadar. Gosh, I think it's Robert Davey.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know why.
He was one of the brothers in The Goonies.
Oh,
Gross.
I'll have to. Gosh, where to
God,
go?
the Goonies suck.
I love the Goonies.
Of course you do.
It was a family movie in my
I'm
house.
sure it was.
All right.
Your family sucks.
Do you have everything against me as a person?
I was gonna say no, but the longer we know each other, it's turning out that way.
Oh
yes.
my
Holy
gosh.
shit. Bruce Campbell was in Maniac Cop 2.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I'm sure he died like in 30 seconds.
Robert Davey was the other one. Leo Rossi.
That name also sounds familiar.
It does. And why do I know that? Anyway,
What are we talking about?
Maniac
Tango and
Cop
Cash.
2.
Maniac Cop 2.
I'd like to go back.
I'm sorry. Sarah, what did you think of Maniac Cop
What
2?
did you were about to call me? Tevis?
I wasn't about to call you Tevis. I did call you Tevis. So, the helicopter's like, Tango, the hell are you doing? We'll handle this. And he's like, I don't think so.
Well, because he's been on the case for 3 months, but he's no longer in his jurisdiction, so that's why the other
Right.
cops are
So-
back off.
So he gets around the truck, comes to a stop, pulls out his gun. And my note here is, do you think they make that gun in a men's size?
It's a very tiny gun.
I was
isn't it?
about to say it was very, wow, I lost.
Compact,
Yeah,
Compressed.
compressed.
compassionate.
It's a very
Compensated.
compassionate gun. It's not very believable that he was able to shoot that. Like,
You thought the bullet wouldn't go that far?
well, I don't. It's so small.
Nerd. Nerd.
I don't know.
Well, that's
How do
why
you
he.
aim with it? Like,
Like any up down the sights. What are you talking about?
it's so small, though. I don't know.
Nerd.
That's why he had to unload the bullets that were in it and then reload
It's
it.
in my notes. He emptied the cylinder of normal bullets to put other bullets in, but the gun was fully. Those are good bullets just on the
No,
ground.
but he put in the go further bullets.
oh,
That's what those
the
were.
shoot harder bullets.
Yeah, yeah. The fly harders.
I just came up with our clothing line.
Fly hard.
Fly hard. No, fly harder.
Fly harder.
Oh my god.
I'm getting a logo in mind. It's a pair of boxers that the fronts are extending outward like the nose of a plane with like eagle wings coming off the side.
Insert eagle sound effect there.
I
Well-
have nothing to add to that.
I never really understood why he just stands there in the middle of the road, unloads the gun, and then reloads.
Reloads the
I think they wanted a shot of the spinning cylinder,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make any sense that he would unload.
But if that were the case,
Bullets.
just have the gun be unloaded
That's
when
what.
he
Yeah,
But then you wouldn't get that cool shot of him dumping it out, like fuck, and then hitting the top of the gun.
Oh, it's
Because
stuck.
one's stuck.
it's to build tension because the semi truck is coming closer and
It's,
closer.
it's
and
like when you're
closer.
trying to get all the green beans out of the can and they're all stuck, so you
Yeah.
gotta hit the bottom.
Pull it out with his finger.
Sorry not to eat green beans at your house, by the way.
I don't use my finger.
He uses his clothing logo. Nerd. No, he dumps out perfectly good bullets for other bullets?
Better bullets.
The fly harders. He then begins shooting at the windshield of the truck. My first thought was, is he trying to shoot the driver?
Do the bullets even go through the glass?
They do, but I think he hits the passenger.
No,
He doesn't hit anybody.
no. Because he's not trying to. As we learn, he is just trying to weaken the windshield integrity. Because the truck's bearing down on him. They eventually get cold feet and decide they can't just run over a cop for reasons. They stomp the brake, but neither of them are buckled. So then they fly out the shot through windshield and out onto the pavement where their legs are broken and they can get arrested.
Yeah, that was a cool shot.
Sure.
I liked it. I don't know.
Oh, them flying through the windshield?
Yeah, of them flying through the windshield and then all the glass.
You need
comes
to
running
watch
down.
more just 80s action TV shows.
Okay,
Yeah, that's there all the time for no reason whatsoever.
because it's cool.
A-Team.
Absolutely.
I just like really over the top action shots.
I also love this movie.
Hey, I'm not supposed to say till the end, but hold it together.
You guys are giving away the content. So, hey, they're able to arrest those guys. But then, okay, random local deputy Hoosier mullet comes over. He's like, I'm going to have your badge. I'm going to have your gun. I'm going to eat your ass. I'm going to... And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And why does he want Sylvester Stallone's ass so bad?
That's when they're checking the tanker for drugs.
Drugs.
And there's nothing in there but gas.
Yes. To which then Tango pulls out his baby gun and shoots
Go ahead.
the tanker truck, to which white powder starts just pouring out.
Hey, look,
I have
it's
a theory.
snow.
Yes.
I have a theory. The bullets were filled with coke.
He
And when
planted
he
it.
shot, yeah, it was implanted.
He's crooked.
He is a crooked cop.
Oh.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, he just knows right where they are. And
He had a guess.
yeah, but I mean, they've checked everything on this truck. And he just, phew. Hey, look, it's snowing. And it's snowing.
Well, I don't know how they checked the rest of the truck, but I don't think they opened like the back end part of it.
Well, you can't open the back end of a tanker.
Oh. Then there you go.
I guess just a fake floor. I don't know.
Well, my thought is there's probably a false bottom. So like there was gas like in the top half, maybe. Right? So if you open the hatch, it looks like a tanker full of gas. And then when he shoots, it's in like that bottom section, and that's where the coke is.
I would have loved if he had missed where the coke was.
Just
And
blew
hit
the truck
gas
up.
and blew the truck up, and then it's credits.
Oh shit. Guess I was wrong. Then he just turns and walks away back to the city.
Slow motion with the explosion in the background.
Everyone's just
Cops flying everywhere.
people on fire. I'm just saying, if you're gonna just go over the top for over the top's sake, you got to turn into that hard. Otherwise, it's lame. Hey, look, it's snowing. I like snow. My name's Sylvester Stallone.
He didn't talk like that in this movie, though.
Yes, he did.
No, he did.
Yes, he did.
I thought his speech was more clear in this movie.
Yeah, he come off as
Because he was trying really hard to sound like generic Johnny Quest actor.
because he's a good actor and he managed
Yeah.
to pull it off.
Yeah, he
Razzie
did.
nomination.
Well, nobody listens
worst
to the Razzies.
actor.
They nominated Shelley Duvall as the worst actress. The Razzies.
And Halle Berry.
That one's deserved.
We don't talk about Catwoman. Hey, who do you think you are, Rambo?
Forgot about that.
Mhm.
See, now they're referencing a Stallone movie in a Stallone movie. Get it, guys? Ryan Reynolds just jizzed his pants.
You're probably right. I don't know how I feel about that.
I was
The
waiting-
joke, not
I was waiting for someone to finish the line.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, who do you think you are, Rambo?
Rambo is a pussy. I don't know. I think Rambo could take Mr. Tango
Yes. And Cash.
at the same time.
Yes.
Okay.
No, Tevis, you don't get it, though. You have a Sylvester Stallone movie referenced in a Sylvester Stallone movie where a Sylvester Stallone character is making a derogatory comment about another Sylvester Stallone character. It's so deep. How do you not get it?
The only thing I can say about it is it sucks.
My man.
That's all I got.
All right. And the tanker's full of the cocaine. Then we see Cash driving an actual good-looking car
It is pretty sweet.
and dressed like a bum and lives in an apartment only slightly more expensive than Rocky's.
So, Kurt Russell was apparently originally considered for the role of Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon,
Ooh.
but he turned it down, and it went to Mel Gibson, obviously. Those two starred together in Tequila Sunrise,
Mm-hmm.
but his character in this movie is loosely based on Riggs.
I feel that.
Yeah. I didn't really notice it until I read through some stuff, and I was like,
The
oh,
hair.
I feel it. The hair, just his over the top way of chasing down that guy that shot him, and just overall his whole over the top cop nature.
Yeah.
Very Martin Riggs. But yeah, definitely the hair. I think I like Kurt Russell's hair better.
Okay, I was thinking about this. A lot more deliberation is needed before I can determine Mel Gibson or Kurt Russell who wore it better, the mullet. But both of them look better with that hair than Patrick Swayze
In Point Break?
or Roadhouse
Oh,
or any of them.
absolutely not. In Point Break? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You said Ryan Reynolds jizzed his pants?
Yeah.
When I see Point Break, that's me.
You're Ryan Reynolds.
I am Ryan Reynolds in the pants. Like, bzz.
Are you in Ryan Reynolds' pants?
No. No, I want to be in Swayze's pants in Point Break
And Roadhouse.
because that man looks like a
And Ghost.
1,000
Tevis has a thing for Ghost.
Patrick Swayze.
Is it the pottery scene?
It's the
So then Demi
God.
Moore and Whoopi Goldberg have sex, right?
oh.
But she thinks it's Swayze, but it's actually Whoopi. And
Hang on, I'm having a moment.
he's
pottery scene
you
mentioned.
might say he's feeling verklempt. He's feeling very verklempt at them. We'll just move on, Sarah. We'll just move on.
Yeah, you guys probably want to finish this without me.
Oh my God! There's an assassination attempt
Right through the mirror.
through the mirror.
He goes right through the mirror while Kurt Russell is looking in the mirror.
That's right. Kurt Russell fires back with his boot gun. And I
He's
don't
in-
mean a gun in his boot. I mean the gun built into the heel of his cowboy boot.
Which is
boot
awesome.
gun.
That's way better than a boot knife.
And more handy. Or I guess you say
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Yeah. Oh, Patrick Swayze.
Are you alright?
We found Tevis's kryptonite, and it's Patrick Swayze. Wait.
R.I.P.
No, Kurt Russell and Mel Gibson are more attractive than Patrick Swayze. What are you looking at?
She doesn't even know who Mel Gibson is. So
As much as I like Kurt Russell, I think Patrick Swayze is more attractive.
No, that's incorrect.
Patrick
Is it the high
Swayze.
cheekbones?
Patrick Swayze in Point Break is the peak. Ugh.
Peak boy.
Oh, man.
Well, I know what I'm dressing up as for Halloween.
Don't come over to my house.
Come over to mine.
Well, I'm gonna go to everyone's house, so
Be shirtless, carrying the surfboard with the beard and the mullet. Can we do Point Break next week?
we have to pull it from the hat.
I'll just throw all Point Break in there. Okay.
The Swayze channel.
Whew.
Boot gun. Then it leads to a prolonged and kind of nonsensical car chase in a
Yeah, the
parking garage.
What the hell is up with that gun that Cash has?
You mean it's a normal gun with the world's largest laser sight on it for no reason other
That is
than
so
look up-
ridiculous.
So Tango's gun, Stallone's gun, Tango's gun looks ridiculous because it's meant for children. And then it's like, but like that's the joke, is like he's got this cute little gun. So then we need to make sure that Cash, the opposite, has the biggest, most macho gun we can think of. But they gave him a normal gun and then gave it the laser sight is as big as the gun, and it looks dumb.
It does look dumb.
It's not masculine or macho. You just go, that looks stupid.
It looks difficult to operate.
Does he have a holster? That wouldn't fit in a holster. Does he just tuck it in his
I
pants?
think he just shoves it in the back of his pants.
How loose are his pants?
Well,
Loose
he's
enough to
kind
put
of
a giant hand cannon in there.
dressed as a homeless
Yeah.
In the
there
front
is.
and the back.
Oh, penis.
Penis!
Peter!
That was pretty good. The car. Okay, but no, the car chase just goes in the same loop of the parking garage. They just make like 10 laps, like a NASCAR race around a parking garage.
I think he runs into every single parked car.
Yeah, and that one where the two people are having sex in the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it wouldn't be an 80s movie without gratuitous nudity.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
nudity. It was only like a boob. It was just a singular boob. But you know what? Cash gets his man.
Yeah.
Good job, Cash. Then we see Tango in his office. He gets dumped. It's awkward because he can't take no for an answer.
That
It's
wasn't
dumped?
a breakup.
That's what it was built up to seem like.
That was his sister.
Which we don't know at this point.
I didn't read that as a
she
breakup.
I didn't read
though.
that as
She
a
gives
breakup
him the
either.
whole, it's not you, it's me. I'm going out of town for a few
Well,
months
all
with the
they have-
dancing troupe. He's like, don't run away from this. You know, stick around. We can work it out.
Okay, I kind of
Just because you guys have no film compensation doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means I have to talk
But
down to you.
It wasn't like a breakup though.
Yes, it was.
I don't think it was.
I s-
It was played as like, I'm gonna go on this dancing thing, see you later, and he was like, I'd rather you not do that. But it wasn't like something they were gonna argue about.
They were already arguing about it. That scene was them arguing about it.
It was more of a conversation about a disagreement.
Conversation about a disagreement. What the fuck does that mean? You only exist to be contrary.
What are you talking about?
If
This
I
is a conversation.
if I say it, you just have to be like, that's wrong, and here's why.
Damn it! I didn't bring any popcorn.
Am I wrong, Tevis? Did it read like an argument or a breakup?
I didn't read it as an argument or a breakup, but it also might have been that I've seen the movie before, so I knew that they were already brother and sister,
Mhm.
and it just didn't register to me.
Mhm.
So that I can't say.
I'm gonna call my wife. Hold on. Fuck is
I
my
mean,
phone?
to your point, it did read like they were together, but I just didn't feel like it was a breakup.
They were brother and sister.
You're ruining this movie.
Oh, sorry. I'm the reason this movie's being ruined.
Sorry, folks.
Sarah's got so enraged she slapped her microphone off the
Jesus.
desk.
Double hand grip that microphone around its neck like she was trying to kill it. Son of a bitch!
I don't know what happened. My hands started doing their own thing.
Please stop making those gesticulations.
Trying to slap.
Just
My hands just started doing this. Then I turned around and I was like, oh my god, there's a microphone coming at my face to the right, so I'm gonna grab it. Oh my god, there's another microphone coming at my face from the left. I better grab it. Oh god, now I'm in kind of struggling.
I believe that action is in the Italian Stallion.
There's some sort of tug of war.
Oh shit!
Sarah, we're a family show. If you can refrain from making,
It's not a family
you can
show.
refrain. You said it yourself. It was rated E for everyone on Spotify.
I think that's a lie.
Do you not recall that conversation?
I do recall that conversation. I'm
Your
saying.
exact words.
I-
It's rated. It's rated for everyone, which is surprising because the language and content of this show. I said everyone. You said it's got the little E for everyone. I said that means explicit. Our show has explicit content. Not that it's rated for everyone. We're not a Mario game. Oh God, microphones! Hold on, everyone, shield yourselves. I'll beat them off.
Oh,
My jaw hurts.
don't add to it.
Don't! Don't! I'm laughing! I'm laughing! I meant from laughing.
Oh, that was a poor taste.
That's what was going to be on Sarah's shirt.
I don't want that.
It's a poor taste.
Oh,
Because first it was about cannibalism, and now it's about semen. Excuse me, cinnamon.
Oh.
Oh, God, the cinnamon challenge. You just have to get a big spoonful.
What are we talking about?
Tango gets dumped, and then Cash teaches the Chinese assassin English.
Oh yeah, I wrote cowboy cop torture.
He Martin Riggs. That's Martin Riggs style right there.
Oh, yeah. He throws the
My eyes hurt.
You doing okay?
I'm sorry, Tevis. Are you
I'm fine.
are you okay?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
peed a little.
A little.
Oh.
So Tango gets dumped by a woman who's 1989 attractive. And then Cash goes into the bathroom where he finds his would-be assassin peeing, to which he then throws the guy on the ground and then puts a chair over his throat and sits in it and gets him to talk and drop dime on who hired him.
Because the guy is saying that he can't speak English.
Wouldn't you know it, just a pinch, a soupçon of torture goes a long way.
Yeah, it didn't take much, does it?
No, he just went, "Her, your assassin is going to be here at this this location. Please stop choking me." Then we get to see, is it James or Jack Palance?
Jack Palance.
Jack Palance.
Yes.
I know him as Curly
Yes.
from
City Slickers.
From City Slickers.
Yeah. I think that's how most people would know him. I remember him from Shane.
Like the original Shane?
Yes.
Like Shane, the movie that's almost 100 years old?
Yes.
God damn, he was old.
Yes.
Wait, was he the little boy?
No, he was the
He was a grown man.
he was the main villain.
And Shane,
She doesn't know what Shane is.
look up when Shane came out. Shane is like the original Western.
Oh.
No.
I guess that would be the Great Train Robbery for all of my...
1953.
Oh. Was it like the first Western?
No.
No, that would probably be the Great Train Robbery.
Oh. Yeah.
No. Shane was the first one that used
Talkies.
the gunfire, like almost actual gunfire sound effects, so that in the theater or even on your television, the gunfire was legitimately the reason why you watched this movie, because it scared the shit out of you.
Oh.
But Jack Palance is talking to his lieutenants. Surprise, James Hong.
What do we know him from?
James Hong is in everything. He's Cassandra's dad in Wayne's World 2. He voices the goose adoptive father of Po in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh.
Yeah, now I'm blanking. James Hong's filmography is insane.
Wow.
Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China.
Yep.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. He's done some Family Guy.
James Hong's a legitimate icon.
Holy shit, he was in Turning Red.
Oh. Who was he in Turning Red?
Mr. Gao?
Oh. Okay.
Icon.
Yeah, I've seen him in a ton of shit, and I always enjoy seeing him.
Because he's an icon. Now,
he was in an episode of Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Ooh.
what is Mike Tyson
I
Mysteries?
don't know.
We don't need another tangent.
Ooh.
Do you know who Mike Tyson is?
No.
I fucking knew it.
You
No,
don't
okay.
know who Mike Tyson is?
I thought you were going to finish that with Mike Tyson Mysteries. I don't know what Mike Tyson Mysteries are. I know who Mike Tyson is, but I don't know who Mike Tyson Mysteries are.
I think it would be what Mike Tyson Mysteries are.
Whatever.
You're a writer.
That doesn't mean I speak properly.
You know what? While he looks up what Mike Tyson Mysteries are, this is a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand writers who can't verbally communicate. It bugs the hell out of me. Your whole world revolves around
It's not just
communication.
writers. It's not just
I was
writers.
going to say he has a thing for everybody, doesn't he?
Yeah. What part of my dream is to be left alone?
He was in the New Adventures of Charlie Chan back in 57.
Wow.
Dragnet.
I thought you were looking up Mike Tyson mysteries. You're still going down James Hong's film.
Oh, yeah. I went to Zorro. He was in the Bat Masterson TV series.
Sarah, we're just going to move on.
Okay, cool.
But Jack Palance gives a kind of confusing mouse-based analogy.
He was in 2 episodes of Hong Kong, which is
We're moving on, Tevis.
kind of
No, you and I were moving
Okay.
on.
kind of
Where
weird.
they can't just kill the cops who are being Tango and Cash, who are interfering with their drug and gun empire.
Right.
They've got, because that would make them martyrs, and they would end up declaring war on the police that way. So they've got to set up an elaborate trap.
Mm-hmm. To get them arrested, in which they will kill them in jail.
He was in 2 episodes of the A-Team
Oh, that's not surprising.
and Airwolf. Oh my God.
What? Wait, what is? Never. I don't even care. So
the note that I have is bad guy sniffs mice. That's
he did sniff his
He
mice a
took
lot.
he took his 2
Please
mice
stop making those hand gestures.
out of the box.
He took his mice out of the box.
Gosh.
and then brought him up to his mouth like this, up to his face.
And he sniffed them.
Yeah, and why does he have this mouse maze built into a bar?
A bar top.
Yeah.
Because he's a weirdo that has pet mice that he carries around in an elaborate, ornate box.
Which doesn't look like it has
Air
any, like,
holes?
air holes in it. So
He doesn't keep them in for very long.
He has pet mice, not just these 2. He just recycles them. The other, they die all the time.
as soon as they lose that new mouse smell, he just pitches them to the
Oh my
side and gets new ones. But they decide, no, we can't just kill him. Got to come up with a scheme, ruin their reputations, bring them down to our level, then we can kill them. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know the asshole's name. Jack Palance's character. You could just told me, like, after this, he went and had to. He put the mice away and got a cat, and concocted elaborate plans to catch Inspector Gadget, and I would have believed it.
yeah. Hot reference, by the way.
Claw.
Jack Palance's character was Perrette.
That's right. Perrette. Like Ferret. Ferret Williams.
What?
So, it's time
I don't know.
for the setup. Tango and Cash were both fed a phony address to meet at the same time. And there is a bald man with a ponytail. What a quintessential 80s haircut that is, by the way.
He's balding.
No,
With a
his top
ponytail.
is bald.
He's got a few wispy hairs.
He's bald on top. He's got the sides, and it's long. He's got the Paul Heyman.
He does have the Paul Heyman.
For our wrestling fans out there, he has the Paul Heyman ponytail.
Oh yeah.
Brian James was
With an
his
O.
name. Brian.
Oh, Brion.
Brian James.
Brion Jamies.
Yeah. He was in
Who's Brion Jamies, the assassin?
48 Hours.
Yeah.
Another 48 Hours.
That's the actor's name.
Brion. Well, they follow him around, but I didn't get how this worked. So, like, they were following, Tango's following them, and he's following them. And then all of a sudden, Tango loses sight of him and then goes down. And this asshole's disappeared and is on a balcony on 2 floors up behind Tango now. How did he get there?
Movie magic.
Movie magic, yeah. I don't know.
Plot.
By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
So it's stupid.
Yeah, I think this whole setup is pretty stupid.
Thank you.
It doesn't make sense at all.
No. It's poorly crafted
Yes.
and even worse done.
Yeah, I agree.
But then Tango and Cash bump into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Tango's got his gun pointed, or Cash has his gun pointed at Tango's face, but Tango has his gun pointed at Cash's nuts.
And doesn't Tango pull out an even bigger gun from somewhere?
He has 2 guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One for each of you.
He fucking wishes. He wishes he was Doc Holliday. And this movie wishes it was Tombstone. You know who would kick Tango and Cash's lily white asses? Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday.
Virgil.
With one arm.
One arm.
By himself.
Still got one arm to hold you with, Ellie.
That's right. Ellie girl. We're talking about the movie Tombstone.
Got it.
So,
One of the greatest films ever made and the best Western.
the best Western.
They leave the light on for you.
Tango and Cash, they do have a cool exchange here I like.
No, they don't.
Tango tells Cash, he's like, this is my case. I've been on it for 3 months. Go away. And Cash is like, well, that shows how stupid you are because I've been on it for a half hour and I'm all caught up to you. I like that a lot.
These two do literally nothing the whole movie except exchange mind-numbing jabs at each other and quips and banter.
Oh,
And it's poorly written
Yes.
out, poorly acted, and it made me want to create some sort of contraption that I could throw myself into, and it would just obliterate my physical being. And then my remains would fall onto a conveyor belt that would then feed me into another contraption that would obliterate those remains. And then those remains would drop down onto a platform or another contraption, and so on and so forth.
I think that's what we did to my dad when he died. We got him in a little box now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I glued Mr. Potato Head arms to it so I can give him a high five every once in a while.
Remember that scene in Monsters, Inc.?
Mm-hmm.
Where Sully thinks Boo is in the trash? It's a lot like that.
Yeah.
Although probably less fainting because no one cares if I fall
I
in.
did enjoy most of the quipping and the bantering, though. I won't lie.
And it's so poorly conceived and written. It's such bad banter.
But I love
And
it.
it's nonstop.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with it is every time they can't have a conversation. They don't have a conversation. They have back and forth jabs at each other, or they have to be the first one to make a joke.
It's like if you were watching MASH and Hawkeye and Trapper didn't operate a still. They were just snorting cocaine laced with Drano.
Mm.
And that's what you would get.
I thought it was funny. I laughed a lot.
But
during
that's
this
all that
movie.
matters.
You have such bad taste in everything, and it's upsetting.
Do I upset you as an individual?
Yes.
My presence upsets you.
Sometimes. Depends on what color your hair is dyed.
There's nothing wrong with dyeing your hair.
You're right. As long as as long as you're dyeing it a natural hair color.
Look,
If
it's
you
faded.
start getting into the Roy
It's
G,
a nice burgundy.
if you start dyeing it into the
Orgy?
Roy G bibs, not
Whoa.
orgy, Roy G bibs. You've made a terrible mistake, and
I
you need to
loved it.
stop. And you had it for 4 days.
Yeah, and it was worth it to me. There's nothing wrong with that.
Such an old man.
Yeah.
I know. I just want to be left alone.
Why are you on this podcast?
No one listens. This is about as lone as it gets. Now, they find a guy sitting at a table with drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, freeze, asshole. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's totes dead.
Then a bunch of cops come in and find Tango and Cash and arrest them on conspiracy, murder, and drug charges.
Yeah. And Cash has a missing gun that's miraculously at the scene of the crime.
Well, to be fair, there are several miraculous things in this movie. I don't
Mhm.
know if that's one of them. Because Cash has multiple guns in his locker and at his desk. And it was removed from his locker by one of the crooked cops and planted there. So,
Mhm.
like, it's not like the teleporting ponytail. Writes down short story idea.
I was going to say.
So now we get the trial of Tango and Cash and lots of spinning newspaper articles and front page headlines.
And they go back to this every time a witness would come up, they would have a back and forth.
Quip.
Yeah.
They would quip back and forth just to each other. Well, Porky Pig up there, we're going to find him. Yeah, with a hacksaw. Shut the fuck up.
I was thinking.
Stop fucking talking
That entire scene, wouldn't people have noticed that they were talking and heard what they were saying?
constantly. And
I know,
the
yeah.
judge would have been like, shut up!
And not only that, it would make them look like the bad guys too, because they were basically like
Being assholes and
saying-
threatening people's
threatening
lives.
people's lives
Threatening
over
the
what they were saying,
witnesses.
over the witnesses. So they definitely would have gotten a treat
Yeah.
for that.
Surprise Edouard Delacroix.
Yes.
This is his third movie.
Yes, it is. Still, man, Gregor's still the best.
Get it, Helen.
He doesn't have a weird accent in this one, though.
He sure doesn't. He
No.
just talks like a normal little wiener guy.
He does.
This also might be the first movie where he's not just covered in dirt.
Yeah.
So Tango makes a speech. He
Oh.
says he's gonna go up to the bench.
So Tango and Cash agree to make a plea deal
Yeah, that's what it was.
to get their sentence reduced. To which Tango makes a speech about nothing. He says dick all of nothing.
Well, he says it mostly, I think, for publicity purposes
Yeah, because he sucks.
and to say goodbye to his cop friends before he accepts a plea deal. And then Cash ruins it.
No, Cash made it better. Because Cash also makes a speech about how this is fucking bullshit. And then everyone cheers. And I'm like, yeah. It's like, okay, Cash is Riggs if you take all the character and backstory out of Riggs. If you take away the tragic background that creates the haunted aspect of Riggs that makes him a deep and dynamic character, you get Cash.
Neither one of these characters have anything in their background. And neither one of these characters have anything that makes them interesting.
No.
But they just took the portion of Riggs that is slightly crazy on the job and was like, all right, that's your personality.
Mhm.
That's your character.
And then he teamed up with your personality is rich asshole. And you only converse in people in I'm better than you.
Kind of, yeah.
And guess what? That makes these two characters unlikable.
I liked Cash.
I liked Cash more than Tango.
Yes. But watching this after watching Lethal Weapon and Lethal Weapon 2, man, these guys had nothing like Riggs and Murtaugh. Nowhere near.
They have nothing on Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
No, I agree.
So they take their plea deal. They're going to get 18 months maximum at a minimum security prison. Except while in transport, they are not taken to a minimum security prison. They are taken to a Mad Max movie. Because that's the only place a prison like this would exist.
God damn it. Sorry.
Yeah, for the prison, I was like, why is the jail on fire?
Actively.
Actively on fire everywhere.
Yeah.
Like where they're walking, all of the jail
Yeah,
cells.
because all the prisoners are just like, oh, there they are. I'm going to light my bed sheets on fire with my Bic lighter and my
like,
and my charcoal starter, because these are just things I have. Then I'm going to throw it out of my cell at them.
and they also have paper and like random stuff is flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And
It's just,
what is
the hell?
what is happening?
Yeah, and those two walking down through all this mess, both of them have to make terrible jokes.
God, I think I put half of these guys away.
Yeah, and I put away the other half.
Oh,
Oh, damn it.
you know what would have made this better?
Forgot my marshmallows.
That's right, because everything was on fire. It's like, damn, forgot my marshmallows. That is so lame. You are a fucking lame ass. And hey, Randy Feldman, you unfunny, untalented piece of garbage. You wrote that on a fucking screenplay and convinced some schmuck to sign up on it. It was probably Sylvester Stallone.
I feel like whoever wrote this movie
Randy Feldman.
used to write for sitcoms
Yeah, ones that didn't get made.
The pilots.
Yeah. Randy Feldman has like 57 pilots to his name.
Where they have to have a joke every few seconds or it just doesn't work. And man, there were so many in this. And half the time I'm like, God, that's so stupid. That is the dumbest joke I've ever heard.
Half the time?
Well, because the other half I was banging my head against my coffee table.
I'm sorry, you guys. I really like these jokes.
Because your sense of humor borders on the pathetic.
I just think lighthearted funny is funny.
This isn't lighthearted. They're
It
about
kind of is.
They're about to end up on the business end of a penis in prison and then get murdered.
They're easing the tension.
There was tension?
Well, when everything is on fire in your
I
jail
didn't-
cell.
I didn't feel any tension. Tevis, did you feel tension watching this movie?
Yeah, but it was it was like my chest was
It was
tight.
compressed.
Yeah.
Oh, God. This movie. You made Tevis watch a movie that gave him chest
I did.
palpitations. He almost
I
died.
didn't make anyone do
And
anything.
you're just sitting there going, I like this movie.
Yeah,
These
my-
quips are funny.
Why do I sound like Mickey Mouse in your
Ew.
alternate dimension?
Quips. They're so quippy. I love a good quip.
Why am I British?
I too wish he had marshmallows.
Why am I British?
I don't know what you went from Mickey Mouse to a British Mickey Mouse.
And now you guys are gonna get sued by Disney.
Yeah.
We're good. We could use the publicity. Minnie, be like an accordion and ride my whammo stick.
What on earth?
I'm making sure we get sued for the publicity.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
anyway.
is Steamboat Willie public domain yet? That was Steamboat Willie talking. The Steamboat Willie Mickey.
Yeah, I think it's Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, that was Steamboat
Yeah.
Willie Mickey. That's public domain. I
Yeah.
can.
All day long.
There are slaves in the galley. We can just make all the bad.
Oh,
Is that
my
fun,
God.
lighthearted quips, Sarah?
Did we move?
So we get a prolonged prison sequence. Goddamn Cash is trying to pee, but his roommate is like, "That's my crapper. Use your own crapper." And then Cash is like, "Well, what the hell do you?" And then the guy stands up. He's like 7 feet tall, and that's when Cash is like, "You're right. That is your crapper, sir. I will now just lay on the bed like a bitch." And then Tango is in there, and his roommate is surprised Clint Howard.
Yeah.
Such a weird looking dude.
Of Gentle Ben fame.
He is such a weird dude.
Well, I don't know if he himself is a weird dude. I've never
Oh,
met
the guy
Clint.
in the character.
Oh, the
that he's
character, yeah,
playing.
with his slinky.
Yes. Where he's tied to the bed with the slinky.
So stupid. Slinkies don't even work like that.
They do in this world.
The only way you are physically restrained by a slinky is if you have the upper body strength of Sarah.
Fair enough.
Okay. Maybe he has the upper body strength of Sarah.
Damn it, Clint. Do you even lift, bro? You're in prison. Although it did work out in Tango and Cash's favors because their cells came pre-decorated with porn. So they didn't have to acquire it themselves. It was already there.
I must have missed that. I didn't pay any
There were
attention to
tons
that.
of.
Was there?
pictures,
I totally
yeah.
just did pay attention to that. It's because I am a good natured
Not attracted to women.
person.
A good-natured person.
Yes.
Hmm.
I don't look for that type of smut.
What type of smut do you look for?
Patrick Swayze smut.
The dog hump from
I have that on loop. Thank you very much.
you made it a vine.
I have AI working on an entire scene for
Oh
me.
no, I
right
guess
now.
now it's a reel.
Yeah. Vine doesn't exist anymore. Rip Vine.
Rip Vine.
Rip Vine.
Isn't that a candy?
Red Vines.
It's like a knockoff Twizzler, right?
It's a red vine, not a rip vine.
Right, Rip Vine.
No, red vine.
Oh, okay. Rip Vine, got it. Now.
I'm gonna
Oh,
rip my vine off in a minute.
You gonna rip your penis off?
No, my vine.
Anyway,
Am I the only one hearing this?
Back to prison
so
talk.
Back to
When this podcast fails, our next podcast, prison talk.
I thought you guys were gonna have a wrestling podcast.
We both. Yeah.
We'll talk to the wrestlers that are currently in prison.
Or should be going to prison.
There's a fight scene. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, Tango and Cash get kidnapped, ambushed.
Oh yeah, that's right. They get kidnapped out of their cells.
Out of their cells, and
then thrown down a laundry chute, which definitely should have broken legs or
Something.
backs or something when they landed. Necks.
then-
You know someone landed on their head.
Yeah, they kind of landed on top of each other too,
A little bit.
a little bit, and then they get surrounded by prison mates and
Prison mates?
what?
Inmates.
Sorry.
Did you say prison mates?
Yeah, you know, when you're in prison, but like you're good friends in D block, you're prison mates.
Or in prison in Australia?
I'm in prison, mate. I like to look out the window, look at the cockatoos. Sometimes I'll see a wallaby. The only movies we get have Hugh Jackman and Nicole Kidman.
Now you don't have any listeners from Australia.
My van hit a kangaroo. I'm running out of words.
My gosh. But I do have one question. When they get strung up on the whatever they're strung up on, and then they get dipped in the water to be electrocuted, wouldn't that kill them? Would that not kill them?
That much electricity would... They ripped a power cord
Yeah.
out of a prison generator.
Yeah, and this whole thing never really made any sense to me. Like, his whole plan was frame them for whatever, get them arrested, get them convicted, get them thrown in prison, bring them down to their level, and then kill them.
Yes.
And now he's just like, oh, now we get to have some fun.
Like all good bad guys.
Yeah, but I'm just like, come on. It's lame.
It is lame.
It's lame.
Also, speaking of comparisons to Lethal Weapon, they even electrocute fake rigs.
That's true. I didn't even think of it that way. But yeah.
I swear to God, we watched you silence your
oh
phone.
my god!
How did it still go off?
My second OnlyFans follower.
Sarah.
No, hey,
Sarah.
that's not my kind of content.
Feet.
No.
Nipple play.
Now it's silented. Silented.
Bet it's not.
Silenced.
Silenced.
Is the word that you're looking
Thank
for.
you.
Who
Thank
are
you.
you to tell people the word they're looking for? Don't you ever talk to my prison mate like that again.
Don't make fun of me because my reading compensation isn't very well.
Compensation. There's someone out there. I am having dark thoughts. And I don't see a way out.
Thought you had the number for the suicide hotline.
I do.
Okay.
On speed dial, I got rid of poison control. I figured I'll never need that.
Yeah. But then finally some policemen come.
Yes,
Or
and
something.
break up the- But most of the cops are on the payroll, so why do they give a shit?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought
So that just goes on to not make sense.
yeah.
They had to get them out of this predicament.
Or you
There it
could
is.
just write a comprehensible screenplay.
Why would they want to do that?
I
Or
think
obviously Randy Feldman didn't want to do that.
maybe in this instance, the cops who were paid, their shift ended, and then the good cops came.
All the crooked cops were like, yeah, fucking yeah. Oh, look at that, I'm going home. Hey, Fred, how are you? Where are you headed? Oh, the missus cooked a pot roast. Like, and they was like, oh, yeah, I love eating your missus pot roast. What the fuck?
And Perrette is like, oh, shift change. Damn it. I better slide into the shadows.
Well, you did have enough money to pay off all the cops because Tango and Cash wiped
Foiled.
Yeah.
Foiled by capitalism. Damn you, Henry Ford, and your shift system.
Oh,
So Tango and Cash are rescued, ? Then they come up with an escape plan thanks to Cash's old,
Friend.
supervisor, like
I think it was a
his old captain
supervisor.
from when
Oh.
he was a rookie.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I got it. You guys, you'll take garbage detail. You'll go here. You'll escape. You'll get out. You'll do X, Y, Z. It'll be great. And Cash is like, yeah, we're going to do this. And Tango's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, and I don't remember his reasoning behind it.
He didn't
Because
trust
it was
him.
an obvious trap.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says the words, how could you fall for such an obvious trap?
Okay, now I do recall that.
He didn't do it because it's stupid. If only everyone who helped make this movie had that same revelation.
We wouldn't have a movie to
I
talk
was gonna
about.
say.
We could be talking about Cobra right now.
I know. Damn it!
Or Cliffhanger.
Damn it!
So now it's like, okay, they got their escape plan. They go. It's an obvious setup. Cash's buddy is killed. He's going to get framed for it. He escapes thanks to Tango's help because Tango reluctantly saves Cash. Then they escape. Then there's a really contrived zip line scene.
Oh, you can't forget when Tango fights Syndrome.
That's right.
His name is Face.
Fine.
That's right.
When Tango faces Syndrome, and they have this badass fight on the roof.
And he's got a chain hooked around his leg and keeps
Yeah.
calling him a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets electrocuted.
And then he gets electrocuted
because he doesn't realize.
because he gets pushed or something.
No, he's pulling really hard on this chain like a dumbass. And then Tango unhooks it off his leg and he flies backwards
Oh, yeah.
into the power cord.
Into more generators. How
Oh.
many generators does this prison need?
And I think this whole time, Cash is waiting at the bottom like, where are you? And I'm like, if I were Cash, I would have waited 2 seconds.
That's his friend.
Are they really friends at this point, though?
Tango just saved him.
I guess.
Put that big old stick in the generator or the fan, stopped it. And
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah. So he's got to wait.
He's gotta
And
wait.
Waited forever.
Waited a long time.
I'm also pretty sure during the zipline scene they reused footage.
Yeah, they definitely did.
Probably.
They definitely did. It was definitely still Kurt Russell the second time in time.
Or whoever.
Or
the
whoever is
stunt double.
Sylvester Stallone stunt double. It was-
Eddie Murphy. Or excuse me, Junkyard Dog.
No, his name was Face.
No, the stunt double.
Oh, yeah.
But they escape and then they go their separate ways to find out, who's behind it and how they can clear their names.
Right. That's right. And Tango gives Cash the name of where his sister is, where his supposed girlfriend is going to be.
They broke up. There was a whole scene about it. You might have missed it because you were laughing too hard at the quips. So that's a quip.
Uh-huh. Zing.
It's a quip about a quip.
You don't get a catchphrase.
Why not?
You didn't watch Silence of the Lambs. You don't watch the scary movies. You don't get a catchphrase. You were on the show. You just burped. I heard it from here.
I did it away from the mic.
I'm trying to harass Sarah, and
sorry.
then you're just belching.
It was, excuse me. Are we about done with this movie?
The lyrics to Knocking on Heaven's Door are coming to my mind.
Knock,
It's
knock,
getting
knock,
dark.
knock, heaven's door.
Too dark to see.
You saying that so upliftingly. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Jesus, are you home? That's how the Christians view that song. Oh, we're knocking on heaven's door. Yeah. Fucking Christians. Ruining Christianity.
Yeah. They also think the song "Take Me to Church" should be played in church.
Oh, they stop.
They do. Oh my gosh, he said take me to church. I'm gonna play this next Sunday.
Take me to church night.
Sorry.
I have a verse tattooed on my arm.
What am I supposed to do with that?
I'm a Christian.
Freaking Christians ruining Christ. Oh, where was I? So Tango goes to find the FBI agent that arrested them. His name is Weiler. He's eating a bowl of spaghetti from out of the fridge. That
Just straight off the plate. He just pulls the plate. It's not covered or anything. Like, what a jackass. Who puts a plate of spaghetti in your refrigerator?
Weiler,
Why?
so he can eat it for leftovers. Leftovers, Sarah. What you do with the portions of dinner you don't finish, you can save them and enjoy them at a later point in time instead of just throwing them away.
I ate my dinner tonight.
Well, actually, your dinner tonight has a funny story. Anna went, "Can Tevis just get a pizza? Because I don't want to hear about another one of my dinners not being eaten."
Did she really say that?
Yes, but it may have been more quippy than that. But if I don't say it quippy, it sounds genuinely hurtful.
That makes my heart hurt.
You denied his one joy in life is when Anna cooks him dinner.
It's the one meal I get.
A week?
His
That's
one
good.
dinner.
You get one dinner a week?
One dinner that's good.
That's because you don't clean your oven and you use the smoke alarm as
You mind your business.
Man, my house came with this great kitchen timer in the ceiling.
It's amazing. You can hear it from anywhere in the house.
Quip, 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 quip. One could say that's a hot meal. Fucking movie. Fucking Sarah. All right. Also, then Tango makes a quip about Weiler eating spaghetti.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Because
Well,
there's the camera shot of the bowl of spaghetti on the floor. And he's like, "Oh, you're eating that?"
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, he said it was gross or something.
Then Weiler escapes. Come to find out, his house was rigged and his car explodes.
Yep.
Then we see Cash. He meets up with his buddy Owen at the LAPD Weapons R&D department.
Yeah, since when did Q from James Bond join the police force?
Well, he got thrown out of MI6 for doing all that heroin.
It's such a out of nowhere dumb thing. Ugh.
The whole character of Owen and what he does is just nonsense.
Yeah. Only thing good about it is that truck. That truck's pretty badass.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
You
is.
did not just say that.
That truck is badass.
No, it's not. It's like, hey, we're going to take the A-Team van, but we're going to order it from Temu. And it looked like the bastard child of the Pope-mobile and the Batmobile. And they just kind of mashed them together and created this piece of garbage.
First of all, it's pronounced Temu.
No, it's not.
Yes, actually it is. I saw a commercial for it the other day, and it was like, order on Temu. I'm like, you say it called Temu?
Timo!
It's not Temu.
No, that's what the wheelchair-bound boy in South Park says.
No.
Timo!
And two, the truck is badass.
No, it's not.
Let's put a pin in it. Because after
And all right. If you don't respect the pin system, you're just an animal. So we've pinned it. We're moving on. Cash then catches up with Skinner, who's Edouard Delacroix, because I do not know that guy's real name.
mhm.
Because he was the audio expert that rigged the tape
Right.
and then threatened him repeatedly with a shotgun. And I did appreciate that.
And he also started shooting his equipment, which I think had a lot of effect.
Yes. Then Cash follows Tango's cryptic instructions about asking for Catherine at like the giraffe spot or the
What I don't
hanging
remember.
clitoris or whatever that club was called.
I don't think that was the
I
name of
don't
the
think that
club.
was.
I'm pretty sure it was.
His name is Michael Jeter.
The baseball player?
No, that's Derek Jeter.
Oh, his father.
It's his dad. No,
Obviously.
I mean you can tell right there in his face and his build.
Well, I don't know what Derek Jeter looks like, so let's assume I watch good sports and not baseball.
So we're at the giant clitoris. Is that where we're at?
Yes, the
Okay.
giraffe spot.
The sigh.
If you needed to know what defeat sounded like, it's that. And that's where we learn that Tango's girlfriend is a stripper.
Supposed girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend
Supposed.
is a
ex-girlfriend.
stripper. And I remember we were watching this and I was like, oh, she's going to strip. And you were like, we don't know that she's a dancer. Doesn't mean she's got. I said, look at that stage. Look at the lighting. Look at the glitter. She's definitely going to strip. And you're like, we don't know. Then she begins removing her clothes. And you were like, oh. You just couldn't accept that you were wrong.
Well, I don't know.
Is it because you were watching a movie and you didn't want to see that on screen, or is it because it was Terry Hatcher?
I didn't want to see that on screen.
Okay.
No. I just thought it was going to be very suggestive dancing. But I
Kinda
forgot
was.
this movie was in 89, so of course she was going to strip.
Well, wait, when did Roadhouse come out? Wasn't it 89?
89.
If it was Roadhouse, it would have just been full bush.
Full grinding and everything.
Oh gosh.
Roadhouse is a good movie.
You
You get to see Sam Elliott's pubes. They're braided.
They should have put that on the poster.
my gosh.
I think they did.
It would have quadrupled its money.
Why'd you say it like that?
Quadrupled.
Quadrupled.
Like some kind of Monopoly Man tycoon over there. Then we find out that the stripper is not Tango's girlfriend / ex-girlfriend. It's his sister. And I went, ha ha, Tango's sister's a stripper. I'm sure he loves that.
Yeah.
And then, okay, she takes Cash back to the house to wait for Tango, where
Wait.
she,
Wait. You missed the whole part where Kurt Russell dresses in drag.
Oh, God, I forgot about that. You know, that joke was really, actually, genuinely funny when it was done in The Birdcage by Gene Hackman. Not in this movie.
This predates Birdcage.
Good for it.
I thought Kurt Russell looked pretty good.
My wife went, he makes an ugly woman. You don't realize how big Kurt Russell's face is until you try to
True.
until you see him as a woman, and you just went, oh.
And in heels, and how tall he is over all those little cops that they definitely recruited from the Police Academy movies. Especially that one that's like, hey, what about a threesome?
Yeah,
Oh,
one of the
my
cops
gosh.
actively asks Kurt Russell and what's her name?
Catherine.
Something Hatcher.
Terry
Oh.
Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher, if they want a three-way. And I went, your little nerd ass has never had a three-way. Shut up. The only people who are like, hey, would you like to have a three-way? Are people who've never had three-ways. It's like if you're playing a video game online and someone's gamer tag has 69 in it, and you're like, that dude has never 69'd and will never 69.
I gotta change
Sex chat with Jake.
I gotta change my gamer tag.
Three-way 69.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, and they go back to her place.
And she, for no
You
reason,
sound so defeated.
It's just like one thing after another.
because we're quippy. We quip. It's nonstop. See how tiring it is? She begins to give him a massage. It's never explained why. But apparently now
He slipped a disc.
When he fell on his back.
he fell on his back
the zip
from the
line.
zip line, and he had at least one disc slip out of place. To which then she was shoving it back into place?
Yeah, she was trying to put it back in place.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Does that work like that?
If I've ever had it done that way, I would tell you one way or the other if it does. But I've never had it done that way. With her riding my back.
Oh.
Yeah, I have no idea.
So who was riding your back in when they put your slip disc back in?
Some big burly guy at the chiropractor.
Bite the pillow.
This is gonna hurt. Butt down.
Give it some of
That's not my back.
Oh.
Moon River.
The Dumb and Dumber. Find your happy place. Find your happy place. Butt sex.
You didn't have to say it.
I did though, just for your benefit.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
But she begins putting the slipped disc back in, to which they both begin sexually moaning and making suggestive noises and phrases. But then she starts making orgasm noises, and I'm going, why is she making orgasm noises?
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's almost in. I'm like, why?
Why is she doing that?
So weird.
I have no explanation.
Very Three's Company.
I don't know.
Right? Yeah, Mr. Roper was walking by, and there was Jack and Chrissy on the couch.
And then, of course, Tango is standing there watching the whole thing.
Yeah. Watching Cash plow his girlfriend. But then we find out it's
Supposedly.
his sister. So now Cash was just plowing his sister. Better or worse?
Probably worse.
I don't have an opinion on this. Both are pretty bad.
Yeah, but you could say, ex-girlfriend, don't ever call me. Don't ever talk to me again. Can't really do that with your sister.
Hell, you can't.
Well, you're not supposed to.
Says who?
Over having sex with somebody you don't like.
When did people stop understanding the phrase enemies for life? What happened to the good old days when families would just have blood feuds with one another and you honored the blood feud? My father's father's father was cheated out of some kind of chicken deal, right, by the Mayfields, and now the Mayfields can all burn in hell. What happened to when we honored our blood feuds? That's when this country went to shit.
Do you have a blood feud
With the fucking Mayfields.
Not just the Mayfield.
What part of enemies
With
actually?
people.
Actually,
They're all of the people.
now, Sarah, actually, you know what? To be fair, we've been friends a few years now, and same with Tevis.
Humans.
How? To be fair, how many times have I declared someone an enemy for life?
That's true.
Mankind.
That's true.
I love Mick Foley. Quip, quip, quip. Now, second question. How often have I broken that statement?
You haven't.
Exactly.
You haven't.
Honor your commitments, people.
I will say this. Jacob never forgets anything, and he never forgives.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mind like a steel trap, and I remember every slight that has ever been done or said. Then we get a lot of jokes about...
Tevis was about to say something.
Go ahead, Tevis.
So is it now where we get the Twisted Metal match that breaks out?
The what?
Well, we have to introduce the shitty van.
You mean the amazing truck?
Okay. Pin
Pin removed?
removed.
Because
Okay.
we're there.
We're
Oh, they
there.
go to Owen, and he's like, look what I whipped together with taxpayer money. And it's a shitty van, but it has like 50 cal gallon machine
It's
guns
amazing.
on the side.
Amazing.
And it's just like, look at this thing.
Has turbo boost.
It has NOS.
It has NOS.
I thought I was watching Fast and the Furious. NOS.
I'd watch this all day. just this scene before I watch anything Fast and Furious.
To be fair, I would too. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, when this happens, I'm like, holy shit! Did the people that made Twisted Metal, did they watch this and go, "Oh, I have an awesome idea"?
No, because their vehicle designs were good.
I thought at first it was gonna be cool.
Go on.
Because it had all of the, cool weapons on the sides and everything and whatever. It looked very kind of like a monster truck, but a van. And then and
She's
then
getting very handsy as she talked. It's very like
talk with my hands.
spirit fingers.
Okay.
Whatever.
You talk with your hands. You're fine. You go ahead.
Thank you, Tevis.
Just I'm gonna duck over here so I don't get hit
I
in the
might
eye.
smack the microphone.
Maybe.
But and then they like drive it through the compound.
Oh, holy oh. Dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge, ladies and gentlemen.
Very big hands,
Man.
you guys.
I took my hand off.
But
I apologize. Go ahead.
Anyway, it goes through the compound.
You keep making a slapping motion.
Just doing this.
That's what Terry Hatcher was doing to Kurt Russell,
giving him the spank.
giving him the biz.
Butt
Can I-
sex.
All right.
Zing.
No one gets a catchphrase. Go on, Sarah. We're listening
I'm trying.
and taking cover.
So it goes through the compound and it's there's explosions everywhere and whatever, but it doesn't fire a single shot.
Does it?
It
No.
doesn't fire a single shot. It doesn't do anything but roll around the compound and gets missed a couple times until it gets crushed. So it doesn't actually do anything.
That doesn't surprise me because there's a moment during this scene where both Tango and Cash are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is what's happening. We're getting ready to be crushed by this monster truck." And they run around, drive around, try to get away from this monster truck for a while. And then it just disappears. Nothing happens.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like one of the big road construction
Whatever they
vehicles
were.
falls over onto a trailer and it blows up, and
There's lots of explosions.
that was that's it. Like, what happened to the monster truck?
And there were tons of monster trucks.
Or any of the cars that also had machine guns attached to the hood. Like Mad Max.
Yeah, or Twisted Metal.
Or
Yeah,
Twisted
but
Metal, or yeah.
it just seemed like they just got tired of filming. It was like, okay, we're done, but we don't have everything with the monster truck. Nobody will care. We just wrap. It's a wrap.
All I got is that everything exploded and they died. I don't know. I don't know.
You're not wrong.
And then the awesome truck gets scrushed.
It was a van.
Squirreled?
Squirreled.
Scorched.
Scrunched. Like
Squanched.
gets squashed, and they jump
Scrunched.
onto the two vehicles and
Then drive through another building.
then drive through another building.
But it doesn't do anything. It doesn't fire anything. It doesn't use any of the weapons that it supposedly has. And
Now they kill a bunch of people. They kill James Hong. They kill the other guy. They make their way to Jack Palance.
we missed something.
The interrogation scene.
Yeah,
No one cares.
Well, yeah,
It's
but
too far back now.
it matters because
We'll bring it up.
The grenade.
yeah,
We're not going back.
He puts the grenade
We're
down
not-
his pants.
Going back.
Well-
So the assassin with the ponytail is
Ooh.
still alive.
yeah, but he should have died. is
Despite the
point.
fact that he is an assassin, despite the fact that he was a key player in setting them up to go to prison, despite the fact that he was their torturer in prison with the electricity, they captured Tango and Cash, end up capturing him, interrogating him for information, and then let the international assassin live. Because they were two guys at the end of the rope with nothing to lose. Obviously, in that scenario, you let international assassins live. So what does the international assassin do? He kidnaps Catherine.
That sounds about right. Man, you went real far back. What the hell?
Yeah, well, I just thought it was something to point out because he captures Catherine, but
That's true. That is true.
if they had killed him, Catherine would have been fine, presumably. So
But if they killed him,
They will come.
then Catherine would have been fine.
yeah,
I would never have gotten drug into this.
and never would have got
Yeah.
drug into this.
So they had to go after Catherine. That was their motivation.
But if she wasn't there, we wouldn't have seen her boobs flop out of her tube top as she ran away from the building.
They were
Springy.
pretty reminded me of a long-eared dog I had at one time when he would run, just flap, flap, flap.
She about blacked her own eyes.
Yeah. So they took out James Han.
Hong.
That's what I said.
Hong.
Hong?
Well, presumably. You have to ask his wife.
Okay. James Hong. Hong? Hong.
Hong. Like
Hong.
Hong Kong.
They
Hong
killed the two henchmen,
Okay.
Lieutenants.
lieutenants.
Yes.
Then Palance is there. Oh, they kill the assassin.
Yeah,
With
Then-
the grenade down the pants.
Yep.
And then
And
they
then they
kicked
kick
Called
it down
back
the stairs.
to the first time that should
And
have
also
happened.
that grenade has the longest fuse or timer on it. Like they pulled the pin, put it down the pants, kicked down the stairs. He rolled all the way down the stairs, then rolled down some more stairs. Then it blew up, and I'm watching. They're going. The grenade should have exploded by now.
It's almost as long as the ones in Die Hard where it throws them into the cockpit of the plane and Bruce Willis has time to get up off the floor, latch into the ejection chair, and
I remember the scene, but it's been so long since
Oh
I
my
watched Die Hard 2.
God, it takes forever.
Wait, though, doesn't he hit the ejector seat? And that's when, he hits the back of his head and neck on the cockpit glass and it breaks his neck and he falls into the water.
Yeah,
And then his best friend was like, Goose!
exactly. Yeah.
Nailed it.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about half the time.
You're so young.
It's all right. We have no idea what we're talking about half the time either. So
They find Jack Palance and they're like, kneecaps on 3. 1, 2, 3. And then they both shoot him in the head.
Yep.
just like Young Guns.
This is the second movie we've had with old Jackie Boy where he gets shot in the head and he kind of makes the same face.
That's like his one death face. But when did he turn into the Joker with all the mirrors and?
He was kind of obsessed.
Shit, he
with-
was in 89 though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
How many times have we watched Jack Palance get shot on this show?
Is this the third time?
It is the third time.
Yeah.
Jack Palance has 3 appearances on this show.
And all 3 he's died
Yes,
by gunfire.
as the bad guy.
Yes.
And he goes, so the movie ends. They all run. Catherine's boobs are just all over the place. Cash is like, I'm going to marry your sister. And Tango's like, over my dead body. And then they do a hand clap.
The hand clap I thought was pretty funny because throughout the whole movie, they're trying to high five, but they never finish it for no reason. And then at the end, they're like, yeah! And then credits roll, and then 80s music is playing in the background. And
Yeah. This is the exact opposite of the Predator high
I was
five.
getting ready to say that.
It is the exact opposite. Also, did you notice when Tango and Cash high five, they interlock
they
fingers?
do.
What?
A long time ago, I worked at Walmart. And there was a guy there that we were, cordial with. We had a fun time working together. And it's like every time we seen each other, we'd just walk by and give each other a high five.
You guys were so cool.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, come on. But one day I was coming out of the break room and he was walking into the break room and he's like, hey, man, how's it going? I'm like, oh, it's doing well. And we did the high five and our fingers interlocked. And I felt it all day. It was like there. And I could just feel his hands and feel his fingers in between mine. We never did that again.
It actually
Oh.
ended your guys' friendship.
Yeah, I couldn't look him in the eye.
What an intimate thing is the interlocking of fingers. It doesn't sound like anything, but when you really think about it, what an intimate thing.
Yeah.
I have never interlocked fingers with anyone I wasn't dating or married to. No. You put your hand down, get away from me.
About to agree with you, and I was like, "Wait a minute, that's true." And then I saw Tevis's hand out of the corner of my eye.
Come here, sausage fingers.
No.
Just love me. We're about to fuck.
No.
Oh.
I need to leave.
Hand clap with interlaced fingers. Freeze frame is my last note on Tango and Cash.
They finally became friends.
Gross. And they never made a sequel.
That's okay.
It is
That's
okay.
It is okay.
It's
All
okay.
right. We're there. This has only been a 3-hour episode, and Tevis has so much to edit out. All right, Tevis.
Tevis.
Final thoughts. Tango and Cash.
Okay. First off,
That's not a good sign, is it?
I was parched.
good water.
No, please continue.
That's some high quality H2O.
Hey, we had a request for Waterworld, and you went, no!
No, Happy Gilmore.
No, it was Waterboy.
Oh, yeah, Waterboy. Yeah. Ugh.
We'd have done Happy Gilmore.
My thoughts about this movie
I
come
dribbled on
down
myself.
to one thing. Too many jokes.
If that's what you want to call them.
It's just every time they open their mouth, there has to be something of a comeback or a one-liner or a dig at somebody. And it was fine for a while. It just got old really quick. I like Kurt Russell. I think he's good in pretty much anything he's in. Same way with Sly. He's had some hits. He's had some misses. I enjoyed him in this. He looked really good. But this movie just seemed like it was 3 or 4 different movies that they had just chopped up and was like, oh, well, I don't know what we're going to do we can't make a full 4 movies out of this that we planned on. So let's just figure a way to put it all into one. You know, you have the cop drama thing, you have the prison section, you have the escape section, you have the James Bond moment, you have the over-the-top twisted metal moment, you have the bad guy who seems almost clownish at times. I genuinely like Jack Palance, but he didn't have anything to do other than
talk like Jack Palance.
that's his thing. That was
He
his
likes
thing.
to talk like this.
He always has to be breathing out when he talks.
Yeah, but it's also
Tango
it's
and
also,
Cash. Cash and Tango.
It's also a very specific inflection.
Yes, he does. And I normally enjoy everything I've seen him in, but man, no. It definitely doesn't live up to when I first watched it. This is not worth the ticket price. Skip it. Jake, what do you think of Tango and Cash? Cash and Tango.
Ooh, I have thoughts.
I figured you did.
They're multitudinous.
Multitudinous?
Multitudinous. And they're mean.
I'm shocked. Color me shocked.
Randy Feldman, Andre whatever you're like, no one cares. Yeah, you both have a place in hell waiting for you.
Wow.
This movie sucks. It's an action comedy. That's what it's described as. If you look it up, it is the genre of action comedy. Except this movie doesn't have comedy. And its action is nonsense and stupid. But not the funny kind of nonsense and stupid. When you think action comedy, if you're like me, you think Rush Hour. Because Rush Hour is great action comedy. This isn't. This is shit. The quips are as bad as they are continuous. The story is just almost just disconnected sequences glued together in the editor's room. The plot is just incomprehensible. The characters are, I would say, one-dimensional, but that might be one too many dimensions. The bad guy is just a mouse-sniffing weirdo, and we never really get his point. This movie is bad, like bad, like Fast and the Furious bad. Although I do think it is unfair for Kurt Russell to be nominated for Worst Supporting Actor at the Razzies, because he actually does a decent job, given what he has to work with and how he was directed. I'm not a Stallone fan. Everyone knows that. And this reinforces that. Because now I can say I hate Stallone as a brain-dead meathead, and I hate him as a yuppie. I hate him in glasses. I hate him when he sasses.
I knew we were going to
I
get
know,
a
like,
green
I
days
hear the
in
Dr.
here.
Seuss. I hear Dr. Seuss right now.
I hate him in hats. I hate him petting cats. I just don't get his appeal. I just don't. Sylvester Stallone is not worth the ticket price, and Tango and Cash is not worth the ticket price. But Tevis,
Jake,
no one gives a shit what we think.
nobody cares.
Because this is Sara and Sly. Which means we're only here for one person's opinion. Sara, what are your final thoughts on Tango and Cash? Cash and Tango.
I love 80s movies and 90s movies. And I really enjoyed this movie.
Please keep smacking your tongue.
Sorry. I really enjoyed this movie.
You might as well keep doing it because I'm going to just edit those back in.
You seem like someone who loves John Hughes movies.
I do.
I knew it.
I do. Pretty in Pink is my favorite.
Gross.
There it is. Dang it. Ah! Now I'm insecure.
Now she's insecure.
Okay.
Tevis, shut up and quit interrupting her.
But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I really liked how Sylvester Stallone looked in this movie. I thought he did a much better acting job in this movie than he did in Demolition Man. 100%. I enjoyed Kurt Russell in this movie. Yeah, I really liked this movie. I did. And I enjoyed the quips and I thought it was funny.
I hate you.
That's not a shock. That is not a shock. I think this movie is worth the ticket price if you're looking for something fun to watch.
In what way is this movie fun?
With the quips and the action.
But the quips are
and
bad.
In your opinion.
In everyone's opinion.
I honestly, when I let Jake borrow this movie last week, I told him as he's walking away, after I said, I miss you. I said, tell Sara I'm sorry.
He did. That did happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and I'm really shocked that you enjoyed this movie.
I did. I really
I'm
did.
glad you did.
I
To
did
be fair,
enjoy this
I did
movie.
enjoy Tango and Cash more than Demolition Man.
It's better than Demolition Man.
Really?
It's better
Yeah,
than
I do.
Demolition
I do
Okay.
agree with that.
Okay.
It's just not funny or action filled in any good way.
Okay.
I am.
Sarah has never
I'm
heard
really
jokes
glad that you
before.
enjoyed it.
I
am.
did. I did enjoy this.
I'm not gonna lie, that just disappoints me.
I have a DVD you can have if you want it. No, I'm just kidding. It's got Cobra on it. I ain't giving that shit up.
Not as Cobra.
I got that shit up for $1.50.
Steel. All right, now.
Gotta rank it.
Well, we're getting there.
Oh.
So, we got to ask, though, because you already kind of answered, but we got to ask.
Mhm.
How do you feel after watching him in this movie about Sylvester Stallone as an actor?
I think he did a really good job in this role.
So, we have a board. We made it. We added it to our board of different notes we take for the show. It's a scale of 1 to 10, where you are ranking your... Now, are these your rankings of the movie, or it's your ranking of Sylvester Stallone's performance?
I think it's the performance.
It's your thought on Stallone.
Yeah, it's the
So
performance.
at full perfect rank 10 is Rocky and Rocky 2. At an 8, we have Demolition Man. Way too high. Where do you rank Tango and Cash?
9.
All right. Honestly, time for one of my favorite parts of these episodes. Tevis, from his library of Sylvester Stallone movies, has handpicked 3 options for you. We will read you their titles, nothing else. You will let us know if you've seen them or at least heard of them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But we will give you no indication about what these are, just the title.
Okay.
And you will pick what we watch for episode 4.
Okay.
Tevis, the list.
Okay. Lock Up. Cliffhanger. Or Copland.
Oh, gosh.
Isn't this Copland's second appearance on the
It
list?
is.
Huh. I have never heard of any of these movies. Though I know Copland has been on the list more than once.
Well, so hold on. It was Cliffhanger, Copland,
And Lock Up.
Lock Up.
Lock Up. Oh. I feel like we should do Copland because it's been on the lists.
He's obviously leading us in that way. Don't fall for his trap.
I'm falling for it.
Copland?
Copland.
Okay. We're doing Copland.
All right. Do you want to give us any kind of teaser?
It's got Sylvester Stallone in it.
Wow.
I'm out. I'm going to be sick.
And Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
Gross. I'm not a De Niro guy.
And Ray Liotta.
I'm not Ray Liotta guy. Rip Ray Liotta, but you don't even know who Ray Liotta is. Don't you look at Tevis like, this fucking guy doesn't like Ray Liotta. You don't even know who Ray Liotta is.
All I know is that every time Tevis is an actor, you always say you don't like that guy. So
Because
which
Tevis has bad taste.
It's got Harvey Keitel.
I know the name, but I don't. No, I can't picture who that is.
Michael Rappaport.
I know the name. I don't know. Wait, that was that fucking ginger fuck from True Lies.
No, True Romance.
True Romance.
Yes.
That's what I said.
Mixing
Shut up,
those-
Sarah.
Okay.
It's got Robert Patrick in it.
I don't know who that is.
Sweet
He
name.
played the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Oh, okay. Is he still playing the T-1000?
Yeah, he was a cop in that movie. Obviously, he's going to be in Copland.
You know what?
So-
I'm slightly more in.
Does Copland is like an island full of cops, or is Copland a like a what am I thinking of? Rides and
Amusement park.
Oh, an
amusement park.
Words.
You'll have to
There you
wait
go.
and see.
I guess I will.
I'm picturing it as an amusement park for cops. They've had a hard day on the force. They just want to
Uh-huh.
unwind, so they go with their buddies
Oh yeah.
to Copland.
Ride the roller coaster.
Ride the roller
Shoot their guns in the
coasters,
air as they
yeah,
ride. Yeah.
Eat donuts.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes. Donuts that are funnel cakes.
All right. Copland, episode 4. Any closing thoughts, anybody? Can I just go home and forget this happened?
No.
Have a nice day.
I
You
said,
don't get to.
I
What?
don't-
You don't.
She-
You don't get an
It said
outro.
Closing.
she's just
I-
finishing the show.
I said closing thoughts. You don't get it. You don't get
I'm
to,
saying goodbye.
You don't get to do the outro. I do the outro. You don't even know what to say.
Bye now.
Well, bye. You smell that, Tevis? Smells like somebody died.
I have no thoughts. Closing thoughts.
We know, Tevis. We are aware. God, I need both of you to shut up. Okay, everyone. Thank you. Sarah, shut up. Thank you all so much for listening. This has been Ticket Price, episode 3 of Sarah and Sly. Tune in next month as we do episode 4, Copland, Lando Cops. I'm Jake, that's Tevis. We are with Sarah.
Forgot my name. I almost
wish.
forgot my name.
I wish. Now, I wouldn't have to watch Sylvester Stallone movies. Okay, everyone, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and have a good night.